Hi there, I'm Nicole Lang, and if you have gotten tired of fertility care that keeps treating you like a uterus or some ovaries that happens to have a person attached, I'm here with a really big, different idea. Fertility care that's compassionate first, whole you always, and backed by very good science.
Ooh.
So I want to ask you something, and I want you to really sit with it for a second. What percentage of your trying to get pregnant focus right now is on hormones, follicles, your lining, your embryos, your supplements that influence those things, your protocol, basically your reproductive bits and pieces? For most people navigating infertility, the honest answer is 75, 80, 85, 90, even maybe sometimes 100%. And I get it. That's what the current culture and fertility system funnels you towards. That's what your appointments are about, what your forums are about, what the 2 a.m. Google rabbit holes are about. Everything on what I call the typical trying to conceive path says that's what matters. Just get through this, put everything else on hold, fix your parts stat. I call this wearing baby blinders, and it's not your fault if you're wearing them. It's the whole system and culture that's handing them to you and making sure they stay on. But I want to make the case today that these baby blinders, they're not just uncomfortable and unpleasant, they are biologically working against what you want. Here's what the typical focus on reproductive parts path actually looks like inside your body. You're reading overwhelming forums that leave you more scared than when you started. High threat. You're rushing from work to clinic appointments with your nervous system already activated and confusion about what's being done and why. More threat. You're experiencing waves of hope and devastation with no real emotional structure or support to hold them or support them. More threat. You're getting advice from 5 different providers who are each looking at a different part or from a different angle at you and giving you completely different and sometimes contradictory answers. More threat. You're stacking on supplements and protocols, and you're doing hard things that you hate in the name of just getting pregnant. Your relationships get strained, your joy gets depleted, your sleep is increasingly off. And in the middle of all of that, your body is supposed to do the one thing that is the most biologically complex and vulnerable and taxing thing it will ever do. That is a really hard ask and hard environment to try to get a body to conceive in. And the research backs this up completely. There's a field of study called Salutogenesis, and this is the science of what creates actual health and fertility, not just what treats disease and infertility. And one of its core findings is this. About 80% of our health outcomes are driven by bigger environmental factors, things like stress levels, relationships, sense of safety, purpose, meaning, overall wellness. Only 20% of our outcomes come from going after pathology and fixing parts. Let me say it again because this is really important. When we put on baby blinders and we pour all of our energy into just that 20% of fixing things, we start to go uphill. We're working incredibly hard on a very small level while ignoring the much bigger one. And then there's neuroception, a concept from Dr. Stephen Porges, who popularized Polyvagal Theory. And this says that your nervous system is scanning your environment about 4 times per second subconsciously, asking, is this safe? Is this okay? Is there threat here? Can I rest, digest, and reproduce, or do I need to focus on surviving? And here's the concrete reproductive biology piece that bumps into all of this. Your body deprioritizes reproduction the moment it starts to register threat and lack of health. Not dramatically, not with some blaring warning light, just quietly, biologically shifting resources away from focusing on reproduction and digestion, reducing blood flow to your uterus and ovaries, elevating your cortisol in ways that interfere directly with your reproductive hormone production and registration, suppressing your HPO axis, that's your hypothalamus pituitary ovarian axis that communicates all your hormones. And the typical path with the baby blinders and the urgency and the confusion and the scarcity and the pressure all register as threat over and over and over again. That's really not okay. And even when we need a specific treatment, it's making it more uphill. It's also really harming our mental health. Nearly 50% of people who go through fertility treatments, whether they have a baby or not, meet the criteria for complex PTSD. That is not a footnote. That is a biological reality that is influencing and bumping up into implantation, placental formation, pregnancy outcomes, parenting. We're making all of this way harder than it needs to be. And we're not even stopping to ask whether we should or if the science supports this. So here's what I want to propose instead. And yes, I am literally writing a book on this. It's called The Baby You Want, and it is built on this exact idea. What if we were to flip the ratios? What if we put about 25% of our focus on our reproductive specifics, our hormones, anatomy, treatments, cycle optimization? I call this your nursery. Now, this stuff matters. It absolutely belongs in the plan. I would never ask you to abandon your RE or ignore your test results or just go natural. That's not what this is about. I'm asking you to right size your focus. And then 75% should be on the factors that drive your main outcomes, your nervous system regulation, your whole body health, your mental and emotional well-being, your relationships, your community, your sense of safety, your joy, your overall health and wellness. So what does that 75% actually include? Let me make it more concrete. It includes that nervous system regulation, not just try and relax, but actual evidence-based tools for shifting your body out of chronic threat mode and into a biological state where reproduction is wanted. Rest, digest, and reproduce mode more of the time. That's where conception wants to happen. I call that your foundation. It also includes trauma-informed support and acknowledging and processing things like grief and fear and anxiety and depression and prior losses and medical trauma that accumulate all too easily along this journey, because unprocessed feelings and trauma keep your nervous system activated in ways that influence the outcomes, not for the better. It also includes whole body health through traditional Chinese medicine lens, not as some mysterious woo-woo add-on, but as a really sophisticated diagnostic framework that predates modern medicine and helps you understand and get more nuanced about your individual body and mind needs. This is what I call the house. And we're going to include your relationships and community. Research shows that strong social support can improve fertility outcomes by up to 40%. That's not soft data. That is your neighborhood in action and a dimension of fertility that most approaches never touch. All of this includes lots of education, knowing what's happening in your body and world and understanding everything and having your questions answered on all the levels. And that reduces your nervous system threat too. It biologically improves the conditions for conception, and I believe that education is good medicine. So here's what I see when I see people shift their ratio and take off the baby blinders. And I've been watching this for over 20 years now and been to nearly 1,000 embryo transfers. I see people whose measurable numbers, their uterine blood flow, their lining measurements, their hormonal balance actually improve without adding a single new supplement, because the biological environment changes when the nervous system does. I see people moving through incredibly unfair and difficult cycles and circumstances like failed transfers, losses, unexpected test results, with way more resilience, way more support, way more capacity to keep going, not because things got easier, but because they're way more resourced. And here's something that I want to say that I think is deeply important that almost never, ever gets talked about. There is no magically different you after you get a baby. There's just the you that you've cultivated every step along the way. So the person who walks into parenthood is the person that you are becoming today, right now, during this journey. The way this experience is shaping you, either depleting you or building you up, that doesn't reset at a positive pregnancy test. It carries forward into a pregnancy, into your birth experience, into the parent that you start out as, also into the relationships and the world your child is born into. That's why this matters so much more than just conception. I'm writing the Baby You Want book, and I make everything I make, much of it for free, because I genuinely just want to change the culture in this medicine, because I know that if most people are aware that there is this way, a way that is genuinely easier on your body and your mind and your relationships, and a way that actually has better outcomes, who wouldn't choose it? So if this resonates with you, and if some part of you has always felt like that typical approach was missing something, I want you to know you were right. Your intuition was tracking something very real. This infertility culture we have right at this moment, It's not the one we have to keep. The evidence is pointing somewhere way better. I want to help get us there, one person, one practice, one book, one video, one you at a time.